What happens when a man gifted with extraordinary ability to craft perfect love stories in song faces the messy, complicated reality of his own relationships? When the same mind that wrote So Sick, Irreplaceable, and Miss Independent, anthems that defined a generation's understanding of love, confronts the gap between artistic idealization and lived experience. Neo-born Shamir Smith represents one of music's most fascinating spiritual paradoxes. As the pen behind dozens of era-defining love songs for himself and artists like Beyoncé, Rihanna, and Jennifer Hudson, he helped shape our culture expectations about romance. Yet his personal journey reveals the profound challenge of living up to ideals we create through our art. From his early days crafting perfect relationship narratives as a songwriter for hire, to his evolution through marriage, fatherhood, and infidelity and divorce, Neo's journey illuminates the universal tension between the stories we tell about love and the complex reality of human connection. His path reveals spiritual truths about idealization, authenticity, and the integration of our creative visions with our lived experiences. As we explore his story today, I'll uncover 3 profound insights about the relationship between artistry and reality, spiritual truths that apply far beyond celebrity culture to anyone navigating the gap between how we imagine relationships should be and how they actually unfold in our imperfect lives. These truths reveal how our highest visions can both inspire us and create expectations that no human connection can fully satisfy. Join me as I reveal these spiritual lessons that Neo's journey illuminates, principles that could transform your understanding of how authentic love emerges not from perfection, but from embracing the beautiful messiness of genuine human connection. Just to note, if you enjoy this deep dive into celebrity relationship evolution, check out my 24-hour live stream channels for more content exploring both singles journeys and relationship dynamics. As a subscriber, you can join the conversation, share your perspectives, and connect with others fascinated by these same topics. Subscribe now and become part of our growing community. What does it mean to possess the gift of crafting idealized love stories while navigating the complicated reality of human relationships? To set standards through art that prove challenging to meet in life. Neo's journey or relationship journey spans from his emergence as a behind-the-scenes songwriter in the early 2000s through his rise to stardom, marriage to Crystal Renee, fatherhood to 5 children, public struggles with infidelity, and eventual divorce. Throughout this journey, his music has often betrayed love in its most idealized forms, passionate, devoted, and transformative, while his life has revealed the more complex terrain of actual relationship. I've idolized this fascinating tension alongside spiritual teachings about idealization and authenticity, discovering something remarkable. His evolution reflects the universal spiritual challenge of integrating our highest visions with our human limitations. This journey reveals profound truths about the nature of perfection, the gift of imperfection, and the path towards wholeness that embraces both our aspirations and our realities. Consider your own relationship with idealization. Have you ever found that your vision of imperfect love created expectations that actual relationships struggle to fulfill? Neo's journey might illuminate spiritual principles about creativity, reality, and integration that apply to your own search for authentic connection. Truth 1. Our capacity to envision ideal love reflects a spiritual intuition about connections, possibilities. Yet this same gift can create expectations that no human relationship can fully satisfy. Neo's emergence as a songwriter began before his fame, crafting hits for other artists that portrayed love in its most compelling forms. From writing Mario's Let Me Love You to Beyoncé's Irreplaceable, he demonstrated an extraordinary ability to capture both love's soaring heights and its painful endings. This gift continued through his own performing career with songs like So Sick, Closer, and Miss Independent, works that portrayed love as transformative, also consuming, and worth any sacrifice. What makes this creative gift spiritually significant is how it reflects what many wisdom traditions identify as our soul's intuition about love's true nature. From Plato's concepts of soul recognizing their other halves to Sufi poetry about beloved as gateway to the divine, spiritual teachings suggest that our highest visions of love contain intuitions of sacred connection. Neo's songwriting genius tapped into this collective spiritual understanding, creating works that resonated because they reflected our deepest hopes about what connection could be. Through his songwriting for himself and others, Neo helped shape an entire generation's expectations about romance. His ballads and anthems become the soundtrack for countless relationships, first dances at weddings, reconciliations after arguments, expressions of devotion that words alone couldn't capture. This influence represents what spiritual traditions or teachers might call participating in the collective dream, helping craft the shared stories through which we understand love's possibilities. His creative journey reveals a spiritual principle that transcends celebrity culture. Our highest visions contain both gift and challenge. The same imagination that connects us to love's sacred possibilities can create expectations that human relationships, with all their messiness and limitations, struggle to fulfill. Consider your own relationships with idealization. How have the love stories you've observed through music, film, and literature shaped your expectations? What might change if you recognize these ideals as spiritual intuitions about connection rather than achievable standards for everyday relationships? Truth 2. The gap between our idealized visions and our lived experiences creates not failure but opportunity, a spiritual invitation to embrace the beauty of imperfect love rather than rejecting it for failing short of perfection. As Neo's personal life became more public, a fascinating contrast emerged between the idealized love portrayed in his songs and the complicated reality of his relationships. After welcoming 2 children with former girlfriend Monietta Shaw, he married Crystal Renee in 2016. Their relationship produced 3 children, but was marked by public struggles, including Neo's admission of infidelity. Despite attempts at reconciliation, including a vow renewal in 2022, the marriage ultimately ended in divorce amid allegations of long-term infidelity. This pattern illuminates what spiritual teachers call the imperfectionism paradox, how our pursuit of idealized connection can actually prevent us from embracing the imperfect but real love available to us, while creating songs about perfect devotion and transformative love. Neo's actions in his actual relationships revealed the challenge of living up to these ideals. In a revealing 2022 interview, he spoke about the difficulty of monogamy despite his romantic songs, stating it's not natural for a man to be monogamous, a statement that created obvious tension with the devoted love portrayed in his music, or much of his music. What makes this gap spiritually significant is how it reflects the universal human struggle between aspiration and limitation. From Buddhism's teachings about desire crafting or creating suffering, to Christianity's concept of grace and amid human failing, wisdom traditions consistently address this tension between our highest visions and our lived realities. Neo's journey makes visible this usually private struggle, the challenge of reconciling who we aspire to be in relationships with who we actually are in our human complexity. As his career progressed, subtle shifts appeared in Neo's music that suggested growing awareness of this gap. Songs like Good Man's revealed more nuanced perspective on relationship, acknowledging struggle while still aspiring to integrity. These evolutions reflected what spiritual teachers call the integration of shadow, beginning to acknowledge aspects of self that don't align with our idealized self-image. This pattern reveals a spiritual truth that applies far beyond celebrity relationships. Perfection in love exists primarily in art rather than life. As spiritual teacher Brené Brown writes, perfectionism is the belief that if we live perfect, look perfect, and act perfect, we can minimize or avoid the pain of blame, judgment, and shame. Neo's journey illuminates how this pursuit of perfect love, whether in creation or action, ultimately confronts the reality of human limitation. In your own life, how has this gap between your relationship ideals and realities created suffering? What might change if you embraced imperfect connection rather than pursuing an impossible standard? Truth 3. Spiritual growth in relationships often begins when we acknowledge the gap between our ideals and actions, creating space for a more authentic connection based on truth rather than perfection. In recent years, Neo has shown increasing willingness to acknowledge the complexities and contradictions in his approach to relationships. In interviews discussing his marriage challenges, he's spoken with greater candor about his struggles with fidelity and commitment. This growing honesty represents what spiritual traditions call the beginning of wisdom, the willingness to see ourselves clearly without the distortion of idealization or the perfection of denial. This integration has been reflected in his more recent musical output, which has begun to explore relationship themes with greater nuance and realisms. Songs like You to Love and Another Love Song maintain romantic elements while incorporating more grounded perspectives on connection. This evolution suggests an artist increasingly interested in exploring the terrain between idealized romance and lived experience, what spiritual teachers might call the middle path between fantasy and cynicism. Perhaps most significantly, Neo has spoken with growing reflection about his role as a father to his 5 children and his commitment to co-parenting relationships with their mothers. This focus on parental responsibility reflects what many spiritual traditions identify as a natural evolution from the idealized romantic love of youth to the more grounded, service-orientated love of maturity. His expressed dedication to his children suggests someone increasingly able to distinguish between romantic idealization and relational commitment. What makes this evolution spiritual significant is how it reflects the universal path from idealization towards authenticity. As spiritual teacher Richard Rohr writes, the path of descent is the path of transformation. Darkness, failure, relapse, death, and woundedness are our primary teachers rather than ideals or ideas or doctrines. Neo's willingness to acknowledge relationship failures and complexities creates possibility for more authentic connection based on truth rather than performance. The spiritual core of this truth lies in how honesty creates space for genuine connection beyond idealization. When we release the need to embody perfect love, whether in our art or our actions, we create possibility for authentic relationship that embraces rather than denies human complexity. Consider your own journey towards relationship authenticity. Have you embraced or experienced how acknowledging imperfection sometimes create deeper connection than maintaining an idealized image? How might embracing your relationship contradictions create space for more genuine intimacy? Neo's continuing journey towards integration, reconciling his gift for crafting idol love stories with his lived experience of relationship complexity, reflects a universal spiritual challenge that transcends celebrity culture. Perhaps the most profound aspect of Neo's paradox is how it illuminates the spiritual purpose of idolization itself. His gift for creating perfect love narratives serve an essential function. It connects us to our highest intuition about love's possibilities. From this perspective, the gap between his song and his life isn't failure, but the natural tension between vision and manifestation that drives all spiritual growth. His evolving approach to both music and relationships suggests someone increasingly seeking balance between aspiration and acceptance. This middle path reflects what wisdom traditions, from Taoism to Christianity, identify as the integration of opposites, holding both our highest visions and our human limitations in compassionate or compassionate awareness rather than rejecting either reality. As Neo continues his artistic and personal evolution, his relationship journey offers a powerful reminder that our greatest gifts often contain our greatest challenges. The same sensitivity and imagination that allows him to craft perfect love songs created expectations that his human relationships struggle to fulfill. A pattern that reflects the universal spiritual challenge of living in alignment with our highest vision. His story offers a universal spiritual teaching that authentic love emerges not from achieving perfection, but from embracing the beautiful messiness of genuine human connection. As poet and philosopher Mark Nepo writes, the flower doesn't dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bee comes. Neo's evolution suggests a man increasingly allowing authentic relationship to blossom beyond the dream of perfection that his songs so beautifully express. Just to note, don't miss my upcoming exploration of Summer Walker. Her journey reveals equally fascinating insights. Journey relationship evolution reveals profound truths about idealization, reality, and the journey towards authentic connection. From crafting perfect love narratives that shaped a generation's public or romantic expectations to navigating the complicated terrain of his own relationships, his journey illuminates the universal challenge of reconciling our highest visions with our human limitations. His journey demonstrates three essential spiritual truths: that our capacity to envision idol love reflects a spiritual intuition that can create impossible expectations, that the gap between our idolized visions and lived experiences offers opportunity for growth rather than evidence of failure, and that acknowledging this gap creates possibility for more authentic connection based on truth rather than perfection. If this exploration resonated with you, please hit that like and subscribe button. And remember that authentic love emerges not from achieving the perfect relationship, but from embracing the beautiful, complicated reality of human connection. Consider your own relationship with idealization and how allowing space for imperfection might transform not just your relationships, but your understanding of love's true nature. As always, stay beautiful, stay connected, and stay conscious in the field.